Hello, it's John again, and today I have a very detailed model from Atlas, so let's go over to the workbench and take a look at it. Alright, here's what we're looking at today. This is an Atlas Master 40-foot wood reefer, and this one happens to be a rebuilt wood reefer, and you really have to go to the website. They have, I counted 16 different varieties of this kind of reefer, 40-foot reefer. And the two rail versions range anywhere from $89.95 up to $99.95, depending on the paint scheme. They also have an undecorated one. And then the three rail version goes anywhere from $84.95 to $94.95. Also, keep in mind, these are MSRP, right? Manufacturer's suggested retail pricing. So if you shop around, you'll probably find it for less. I always work off of manufacturer's retail prices on this channel. So the prices will always sound higher than what you can find it for. The minimum diameter curve recommended for the O gauge 3-rail version of this model is 0.31. And the minimum radius curve for the 2-rail version, which is what we're looking at here, is 24 inches. And as always, larger curves make the trains look a lot better. So if you have something even bigger, you'll be even happier. Your best bet, seriously, is to go to the Atlas website and just see if they have what you're looking for, because there's just way too much to even describe on their website. I've scrutinized the paint and markings on this model and found them to be nothing short of perfect. It has some separately applied details. Here you have a grab and a stirrup. There's a stirrup in the middle, and then on the other end there on the right side, you have a separately applied ladder and stirrup. Also, if you're paying attention, you're going to notice that the detail around the door is remarkably good. The reason why is because this is an operating door. Now you have to be really careful when you do this, but the latch actually moves over and then the doors swing open. The model came with a piece of protective foam just over the coupler here that I've removed to show you this end detail. And while we're looking at it, I'll point out the separately applied ladder here. I mean, this is stuff you can see, but I think it's worth mentioning because there's so much of it. The brake platform is plastic, but it's a separately applied piece. The brake wheel and associated detail that runs down to the bottom of the car is all separately applied. There's a really fine wire cut lever there. And then all the associated grabs on this car are separately applied as well. It's just a really detailed car. As a matter of fact, the packaging even says, handle this car with care when you unpack it because it has a lot of details on it. And they're not kidding. Looking at it from this angle, you can see it also has an air hose and separately applied grabs on this side. We're going to look at this side of the car as well, not for any specific reason, but just because I wanted to show you that these doors also open. So the doors open on both sides, which makes sense. I mean, if you're going to have them open on one side, you might as well have them open on both sides. And now for a quick look at the A end, just to show you it has all the same kind of detail that you find on the B end. It just doesn't have a brake wheel. Now for a quick look at the roof detail. There's a lot to look at here. First off, these little raised platforms are separately applied parts. They have simulated wood grain, which I think would take weathering really well. The roof walk is also a separately applied part with simulated wood. You can see it has nail holes as well as offset seams, where the boards are. So it looks like 3 distinct panels. And I mentioned a few minutes ago that these hatches are very well detailed because they work. You see the latch flips over and the hatch opens, and then it has these simulated hatch plugs as well. So you could run this thing around with open doors like so and show the hatch plugs detail. I think that's pretty cool. Because this represents a rebuilt reefer, it has a simulated steel roof as well. So they've included a lot of prototype detail here. The bottom of this car has a lot of freestanding brake detail. You can see there's all kinds of stuff going on here. Even a little bit of chain here. Separately applied. And if you look real carefully, you'll notice that the floor is a simulated wood floor. That also looks good. And since we're looking at this from the bottom, I'll take this moment to note that the couplers are actually truck mounted on this model. I think this is an amazing model from Atlas, and I really love how the doors open and how the hatches open. You know, it's one thing to have details that look like they open, and it's something else to have functioning details that actually do make the detailed parts open. So good job, Atlas. I'll see you next time.